Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a get ready with me, and as you can see from the title, this is quite an exciting one because I am having my baby. So if you're seeing this video, I am currently either in labor or I've had my baby. So I wanted to do a get ready with me today, just chatting with you guys, obviously a bit more baby related, also what my plans are. I mentioned it before in other videos, but what my plans are for my first couple of weeks of motherhood, because I'm gonna try to continue posting, and I just wanted to get the video up in case my content changes, and so you know what's gonna happen with my product pan updates, things like that. So yeah, I'm obviously pre-filming this. Currently I am 37 weeks pregnant tomorrow, so today I'm 36 plus 6. And that means that from tomorrow I'm technically counted as full term, which means that baby can come really at any time. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to get this filmed as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the video and get ready while I talk to you guys. I'm not gonna do anything too complicated with my look, but I just wanted to again get a video filmed. So before I jump into the get ready with me, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. Alright, so I'm gonna go start getting ready while I talk to you guys. So I'm gonna start with priming my lids. I'm just using a concealer. That's what I normally do. I feel like it works pretty well for an actual primer for every day. But yes, this is obviously a very exciting time. So like I said, I wanted to do a get ready with me and like a video kind of announcing that baby has made her arrival, or again, I don't know if I'm gonna post this when I'm actually in labor or once she's arrived, and probably more likely be afterwards, just because I already said this, but I don't think I'm even gonna tell my family when I'm exactly in labor, just because I don't want the pressure and the stress of people being like, is she here yet, what's happening, how are you doing, you know, that kind of stuff, because I think labor is going to be stressful enough. And who knows, maybe I'll have really quick labor, maybe it will take 48 plus hours. I had a colleague who had a baby recently. She said this one was really quick. It was her second. She said that one, her son arrived in 30 minutes, very, very quick labor. But her first one, her daughter, took 68 hours of labor. So again, could be like that. Hopefully, fingers crossed not, because that would be a very long time to be in labor. But I don't know, so I don't want the pressure of questions and stuff like that popping up on my phone. So most likely it's gonna go up once she is already born, but again, we'll see how my schedule falls. But yeah, I think that's my plan at least. All right, so again, I'm just gonna do a simple eye using things that I'm panning. I don't want to go too complicated because that's not the point of this video. But yes, I am currently almost 37 weeks, which is crazy. Time has definitely flown by. I mean, I feel like it was quite slow in the beginning, but then it definitely feel like the last couple of weeks have definitely gone very, very fast. I feel like I'm obviously quite prepared. I've done a lot of research. I've read books, I've read articles. I have also watched some YouTube videos, things like that. So I feel like I am pretty prepared, although also I feel completely unprepared. I think that's quite normal. And again, I feel like, I had the whole mindset of oh, I have time, I can prep this way, I can do that. But it's almost here now, which is crazy. I mean, when you're watching this, I have a child. I'm a mother, which is crazy. So yeah, that's definitely something that is a bit mad, and it's a thought that I'm still getting used to. I am honestly though I'm not worried about, not worried, but I'm not nervous about the fact of having a baby. I'm just using again some shades from my Panda palette. The facts, or the thought of having a baby doesn't scare me or doesn't overwhelm me. I'm really, really excited to meet her, and I'm excited how our lives are gonna change, even though I know they're gonna change completely. It's gonna be it's never gonna go back to the way it is now. It's gonna be forever changed. But I'm really, really excited for that. I think the thing that scares me or like making me the most nervous is the whole like labor. Again, once she's here, I am so excited for that. I'm so ready. We are very prepared. Like we have everything that we need for her. Like I'm currently sitting in what is like kind of gonna be her room. We have obviously repainted it and stuff, which we didn't have to do, but we wanted to. I'm looking over there, that is like her dresser. I have a changing station on top of it. We have like all her clothes, they're being washed, they're actually on a drying rack right behind the camera. Right on this side we have the car seat, on that side we have the pram. So we have like everything prepared. We ordered the last big item that is needed yesterday, which is her high chair, which technically isn't really needed straight away, but we got like a newborn attachment, so that is already out of the way, and then she can continue growing with that when she starts kind of eating solids and stuff like that, like at 6 months. So I feel very prepared, but the thing that I feel like you can never be prepared for is the birth and the labor itself, just because I don't, like, at least this is how I feel. I don't think it matters how much you prepare. Like, again, I have tried to do as much research as I can. I feel like I have watched a lot of birth stories in the past. I always knew that I wanted to be a parent. I always loved watching birth stories, even way before I was pregnant myself. So I feel like I already have a lot of knowledge around it. So I feel like in that sense I am prepared. However, again, how I feel is that you can't be fully prepared just because you don't know what to expect. Every single birth is different, every child is different. You also have nothing to compare it to. Like, I have nothing to compare this to. I mean, the closest thing that I have is I went to hospital a couple of years ago. I got food poisoning of some sort. Like, I think it might have been salmonella or listeria or something like that when I was on holiday in Spain, and I was admitted to hospital for 3 days. I got really bad stomach cramps, to the point of actually throwing up from the pain, and then I, got admitted. They didn't really know what it was originally. I got morphine drip. Like, it was pretty severe, like pain-wise and stuff. Like, obviously it passed off a couple of days, but I think it developed into like something called colitis. So it ended up being quite severe, and that is the closest thing I have to compare it to, because obviously you had the stomach cramps, you had a lot of pain. You kind of just had to get through that like stage of like, getting through each, stomach cramp that happened. But I also know that that's probably going to be super different than labor. So again, don't really have anything to compare it to, which is the scary part about it. So yeah, I guess that is the gist of it. Obviously I am very excited, but I'm also a little bit scared, just because again, I don't know what to expect and I don't know how it's gonna go. But as long as me and baby girl are safe, that's all that matters. Again, I'm not like that set on a specific type of birth. If a C-section needs to happen, a C-section needs to happen. If I feel like I need an epidural, I'm gonna have an epidural. If I feel like I can do it naturally, like without major painkillers, just like with, gas and air, or with like morphine or something like that, I'm gonna do that. I'm very flexible in that sense, and I'm hoping that means I'm gonna have slightly less of a traumatic birth, but you never know. But if that happens, then that happens. That is what I have to get through. But it is gonna be, a time limited thing. I'm not gonna feel that pain forever. It's gonna be like it has an end to it, and I think that's what I need to keep in mind. So yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts about it. It is scary, but I'm very excited, and again, at the end of it, it's gonna be the best thing that ever happened. I'm holding my belly right now. I can feel her kicking. Meeting her is gonna be the best thing like ever. I've had so many people tell me like, you're gonna feel love that you never felt before, and I know that I always wanted to be a mom, and it's just so amazing that it's so close, and I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait to see what she's like. I just can't wait to see what she looks like. Everything, like, you see what kind of character she is. So yeah, very excited, of course, to meet her. But yeah, that is kind of like again, I think I'm rambling. I'm not very clear in this video, but again, I just wanted to get a video up today talking through my thoughts, I guess. So moving on to kind of what my plan is going to be. I already spoken about it a little bit, but I have well, as of now I have pre-filmed 2 videos, including, well, 3 videos including this one, that I'm gonna post when she arrives. My goal is to get to like maybe 8 or 9 videos pre-filmed, and I'm gonna try to keep posting at least every 3 days. Right now my schedule is every 2 days, but I might increase that to every 3 days just so I can like get the videos going for longer, but we just have to see. And I think with that I will be able to cover, you know, almost a month of videos that still are pretty regular. So that is going to be my goal, just so I don't just disappear from YouTube. But if I do for some reason, you know why, if I don't, like if something happens, like again I don't have all those videos pre-filmed, I'm gonna do a lot this next week and also the week after when I get off from work, because I'm still working until next week. So again, I'm filming this on the Monday, so I'm working this week and then next week, but then yeah, up until Thursday, Friday I have off. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get as much as I can done, but again, we're just gonna have to see how it goes. So yeah, otherwise I'm still feeling pretty good with pregnancy. I'm gonna go ahead and do my base next. Yeah, so I'm still feeling pretty good. I definitely feel like she has dropped as of last week, so don't know what that means. I heard that it could mean that labor is really close. It could also mean that it's weeks away. It's very individual from pregnancy to pregnancy, so I'm not reading too much into it, but I'm definitely feeling a lot of pressure like towards my hip and pelvic bones, whereas before it was a lot of pressure like on my leg. But I have had it confirmed last week at my midwife's appointment that yeah, that she has dropped. So that's definitely her moving in the right direction. I apply my cream blush. I look a little bit crazy, but it's gonna come together, trust me. So I'm gonna go in with my foundations next. I'm mixing it up on my hand. I'm currently mixing the 2 foundations that are in my rolling brick pan. So another thing to mention though is something that happened last week. So at my, was it 36-week appointment? I believe so. Actually I realized it before, just before my 36-week appointment. I did get my first symptoms, I think at 36 plus 1, 36, or maybe at 36 days. Anyway, 36 weeks, sorry. I basically have developed a quite rare syndrome, illness, pregnancy-related illness, which is obviously being more monitored now than it was before. Well, I'm getting more monitored than I was before. So I started having some itchiness last week on my palms and feet, which is not a normal pregnancy symptom. It was like on my palms and again my feet, to the level of it felt like I dipped my hands in something that I was allergic to, but it was like literally just like I dipped it like this, and everything else for me was fine. I'm getting itchy talking about it, but apparently that is not like a super normal symptom. I also have some other symptoms linked to it, so I called the 24-hour line because I noticed this in the evening especially, and they said that we're going to take some blood tests at your next appointment, which luckily was the next morning. So I did have that morning appointment. I took my bloods and they wanted to again check what my levels were. So what they were testing for is something called ICP. I'll put the full name here. And it's basically when your bile, your body, like your liver stops taking care of your bile and it goes into your blood, and then so you can measure your blood, like bile level in your blood, and then yeah, that kind of can indicate if you have it or not. I do have it, so that is again quite rare. I think I read that it's like 0.1 to 1% of pregnancies only, so very rare. I think some page I read said like 1 in 1,000 pregnancies, and maybe it depends on how severe it is. Luckily I have quite a mild version of it, so they're not too worried, and also because I'm getting it so late in my pregnancy, the main consequence of it could be preterm labor, just because it might put stress on your baby. It's not necessarily like dangerous for your baby, but it could put stress on them, which is something we need to monitoring it. But I am booked in for some more blood tests just to make sure that the levels don't increase, because again, right now I have a very, very mild version of it. The level that it needs to be to consider to have ICP is 19 or higher, and I'm currently at 23, and that's considered mild. Moderate would be 40 and severe would be 100. So I went ahead and I set my face. But yeah, so basically I have a very mild version of it, and my midwife isn't worried. They're just gonna keep monitoring so that the levels don't go up. She did say that what might happen is they want to induce me like before my due date, but again, not early. And considering I am full term tomorrow, technically, I again am not too worried, because it's not like I'm gonna have her very, very early or anything, like prematurely. She's still gonna be considered like full term, I guess, when she's born either way, which makes me feel more kind of calm, I guess. But they have booked me in for another blood test this week, in 2 days from filming this. So again, they're gonna see then if my results of my blood test have gone up. And then we have our consultancy appointment the week after, so on the 18th, I believe, where we're gonna see if it has increased or not. And I think from that point they're gonna decide if they want to induce me or not. But again, if that happens, it probably will be week 39 anyway, which would be the last week of June. So yeah, I'm kind of sharing this now because obviously when this video goes up, she will already have been, like, she's already would have arrived. I'm trying to not, like, I mean, obviously I told our like families and stuff that I now do have this, but I haven't told them any details about, again, induction or anything, because I don't want that pressure of people asking. So we're kind of keeping that to ourselves. But again, since she's already here when posting this, I feel comfortable talking about it. But if you ever had it, again, it's a very rare, you know, syndrome, pregnancy related disease. So if you, I don't know if any of my subscribers have had it, but or the viewers, but if you have had it, what was your experience with it? Because again, reading about it initially, I got quite, not scared, but worried. But apparently none of my midwife or doctors are really that concerned. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be anything that affects me or her, especially considering it's such a mild case of it. So I'm almost done with my base. I'm gonna go ahead and add my highlighter. So let's take it back before I wrap up this video to project planning and that kind of stuff. So with project planning, my project plans might have to take a little bit of a back burner in the next month or so, just while I get used to it. I probably won't put very much makeup. I also probably won't be able to film as much, but again, even if I could film, I probably wouldn't have any updates or progress. So I'm probably going to skip most of the updates in the next month and then come back, hopefully again maybe end of July or beginning of August with some updates and continue like normal from there. That is my goal. But again, I'm just gonna have to see. I don't know what to expect being a mom, and I don't know what my baby's gonna be like, if it's gonna be an easy baby or a difficult baby. We're just gonna have to see. So I am actually mostly done with my makeup now. I'm just gonna go and do my mascara, brows and lips. I will do that off camera and then I will be back and I will wrap up the video then. But yeah, let me go ahead and finish up first. So there we have it. I just did my brows, I did my what's called mascara and lashes, and then lipstick, and I also put some inner corner highlight and lower lash line on. I used to use the same crease shade as I used my crease on my lower lash line, and then shade for my panel eyeshadows in my inner corner. But yeah, this video is really about makeup, so I haven't really talked about through what I used, but it's basically just panel palette, panel eyeshadows for eyeshadow, and then for base it's all pre-pan stuff as well. So yeah, that is the main, I guess, little get ready with me for this video. I know it's very rambly, like a lot of my get ready with me are, but I just wanted to get this one up again, mainly is to share with you the news. I don't know what's gonna happen, if I'm gonna share her in a video, if I don't know if I'm gonna tell her name to you guys. I don't know what we have decided. I think we're gonna talk you through a bit more when she's here. I think that will make us know better about like what we want to share online. But either way, I will keep you updated once I know. Maybe I'll have her like carrying her in videos, maybe she will be in the background, stuff like that. But that is basically it for today, I guess. I do think I want to try to insert a little clip here with my little bump, just for those guys who have stuck around to the end of the video. Again, I am currently basically 37 weeks pregnant, so I have 3 weeks to go to my due date. So if you are unfamiliar, you usually go to 40 weeks, that is your due date. Some people go to like 42 weeks, usually you get induced by that point, but I'm currently again 37 weeks, and that is considered full term. And yeah, that is gonna be it for today. We'll see when I kind of see you guys again. Obviously you will see my pre-film videos, but I have no idea when I'm going to be able to sit down and film again. I'm probably going to be a bit rusty when I come back, but I will keep you guys updated. I might do some community posts, potentially to keep you guys updated too. But yeah, if there's anything you want to see from me when I come back, which I don't know when that's going to be like permanently, but again, I'm going to try not to have massive gaps in my video schedule. Let me know down below if you have any videos you want to see from me. Of course, I'm going to continue doing my product pans as much as I can, but anything else, do leave them down below. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you guys are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys!